Hi there, Tom Tomaszewski here, and today what I want to talk about is to set up for Google Ads. Very often you're going to hear me when we start working together that we need to do the setup for the Google Ads. And there's always a lot of question about it, so I'm just going to quickly give you the introduction to all the elements which need to be in place in order to start running the Google Ads. All right, so let's go to the whiteboard, and I'm going to draw something for you. All right, so here we go. To run Google Ads, you need a few things in place. Of course, everything starts with the website. This is your core of the system. Of course, this is your site. Now, the second thing which you definitely gonna need for the e-commerce site, you're gonna need Google Merchant account. This is Google Merchant account. What it is kind of like right here you apply as a vendor, you apply to become a Google merchant. So there is a small process of approval of your product. Google just want to make sure that you're not selling anything illegal and the company is legit and stuff like that. So the process here is fairly simple. You have to fill up all the information about the company, and you have to somehow get all the products from your site to the merchant account. And that's different, depends on what kind of system you're using. It's different for the WooCommerce, it's different for Shopify. But what it is like you create a text file, stream file of all your product data, and you submit to the Google Merchant account for approval. And approval takes depends. I had it 24 hours. I had it a week. So it really depends on if this is a new account, what kind of product and stuff like that. But you definitely want to have a Google Merchant account. The second thing you would like to have, and I'll tell you why, it's Google Tag Manager, GTM, Google Tag Manager. And this is something which allows you to kind of inject pieces of code into your website without really getting into the programming and without getting into the code inside uh, your website. And once you got that, you can start installing what you need for variety of reasons. Of course, you need Google Analytics. And you need the Google Analytics, the new one, the Google Analytics 4. And the reason being is the universal Google, which we all love and use for the past decade or so, is going away. They taking universal analytics away to the point when all the data is going to be gone. So they have a new product, which is Google Analytics 4, and that's what you need to start using as quickly as possible because this thing is going away next year. I think it's mid next year they're gonna just shut it down, and you're gonna be forced to use GA4. So you may as well install the GA4. And there is a way to install Google Analytics, of course, directly to your site, but GTM allows you to install uh, the Google Analytics on your site using very it's a simple process, really simple process. You just have to install the tag for the Google GA4, and it's gonna start working. You're gonna start seeing data from your site through the Google Tag Manager. That's why this is really convenient. The GTM is really convenient because it allows non-programmers like myself to install a variety of things on the site without asking actual developers to do this for you. So, and by the way, if you follow me on my blog, I have few things already up there, but I'm gonna have a detailed information about installing the GTM, installing the GA4, and so on and so on my blog. So, if you're looking for the step-by-step process, that's where you can find it. And then the last piece is, of course, the Google Ads account. Google Google Ads. That's D, by the way. And Google, you can connect Google Ads account to your site also through the GTM. That's why I'm saying that GTM is very useful to connect all of these pieces together. And they're talking to each other back and forth. So this information from the site to Google Ads, information from the site through G4, but they talk to each other, and they talk to each other. The Google Analytics and Google Ads. There is a inside Google Analytics or inside Google Ads. There is a simple, also simple process to connect those two together, and it's important because, for example, you can create a variety of audiences here in GA4. Uh, what I mean by that is, like, for example, you can start registering people who are spending more than 1 minute on your site, who are visiting your site multiple times and stuff like that. And you can start building those audiences and feed those audiences to your Google Ads and build a specific campaign on Google Ads based on behavior of the audience. So that's how it works. And there's a one more connection, of course. Once you got approved here on a Google Merchant account, uh, Google Ads are taking all those items you have in a store, and you can start showing them as an ad. So that's why it's critical to have this Google Merchant account, so Google Ads can produce those ads, which I'm sure you've seen those tons of ads, the Google Shopping ads, which are small thumbnail of the items when you're actually searching for something to purchase. You always are presented with those ads, or when retargeting ads, when you go to the store, you don't do anything, and then suddenly you see those ads all over the internet when you're searching for something else. You see all variety of ads, which with the product images inside, and that's how the Google Ads getting the product through the Google Merchant account. So that's what it is. So that's when when you hear me talking about the setup, that's what needs to be done before you actually start running Google Ads. You can run Google Ads specific. There is a specific ads like a search ads based on the keywords, which don't require feeding the product. But in order for the Google Ads to be effective, you need to show your product, and that's why you definitely need a Google Merchant account. And again, Google Tag Manager is just a tool to connect all of this together. And once you got this set up, you are ready to roll, and you're ready to start advertise your products on Google Ads. So that's the setup, that's the basics, that's the introduction. Hope it helps, and I'll talk to you in the next video. Take care.